Now, from South Seminole Academy in Castleberry, Florida, direct from the 3rd floor of building number 3, this is South Seminole News.
Hi, happy Valentine's Day.
I'm Keely.
I'm Amelia.
And I'm Milena.
First, we're going to be talking about hydration. Let's give it off to Amelia.
Hi, hydration versus dehydration. Alrighty, so I got this really nice fun dip from a really nice person called Milena. And this is technically hydration, and it's very sugary. And once you get hydrated, you get very hyper. So, Milena, you have any thoughts on that?
She's the hydrated caterpillar.
Yeah.
She's the hydrated dog.
I'm a hydrated dog.
She mostly summed it up, and water is dehydration.
Mm-hmm.
No one likes water.
Well,
Repulsive.
water keeps me alive, but it's also dehydration. So,
Yeah.
it's at the same time, you hydrate and you dehydrate.
Hydrate. Next, we're going to be talking about anime.
Anime, otames, whatever. So, lately, I've been playing these, well, in other words, they're called RPGs usually, but I think in anime they're called otames. But, they're where you get this game and it's interactive. Some of them are like Mystic Messenger, Obey Me, all that kind of stuff. I think it's pretty fun. But, it's in your free time. It's good for lonely people on Valentine's Day. If you're lonely, go get
We're
one
all
of those.
lonely here.
You can chat to anime people. It's for lonely people. Not pointing anyone out. No, not me. Okay. You have any thoughts on anime boys or anime girls, anime people, anime humans, anime in general?
It is fun to ship them with each other.
I mean,
Anime.
yeah, anime ships are great.
Anime is great. We are weebs. Anime is amazing. I feel like everyone loves My Hero Academia.
My Hero Academia is great.
Oh wow, we said that at the same time.
Yuri on Ice is also great.
Yuri
Yeah,
on
it
Ice
is. And Sailor
amazing.
Moon. I started
yeah.
watching that and it's amazing.
Let's see, what else can I say about different animes? Well,
You've watched more.
I've watched a lot. What's
What's your favorite one?
I can't say that. They're all
What
my
are some of your
favorite.
favorites?
Let's see. Sekaiichi Hatsukoi. That one is. I like that one, but I
Sekaiichi
wouldn't
Hatsukoi?
recommend that to everyone. I'd say that one's more. But like My Hero Academia is a big one that everyone watches.
Yeah.
I was obsessed with Dragon Ball last year. If you have the patience to watch like 600 episodes of anime, go ahead. You love shonen, just go ahead and watch Dragon Ball with Goku and his like 10 billion forms and Ultra Instinct, like amazingness. But there's a lot of different genres, I feel like. So if you say you don't like anime, it's mostly because probably you haven't watched it or you just don't like the art style, which is completely fine. But I'm just saying there's a lot of different genres that you can choose from, like mystery, horror, drama, romance, slice of life, action, which is mostly shonen, shoujo, which is mostly like sometimes magical girls and stuff, which it's a lot of stuff. So yeah, magical girls.
Ton of them.
Yeah, there's a ton of them. Do you guys have anything else to say about that?
Have you watched any animes recently, or are you just slacking?
I've been very busy lately. I only watch in
too.
my free time.
We were gonna watch Given in the morning. We forgot.
I don't know what happened to that.
Together, and I really wanted to watch it.
We can watch it next time.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh yeah, there's an anime store in Oviedo Mall.
what's it called?
I think Echo Arts and Gifts.
Oh yeah, you told me
Yeah.
about that.
So if you have any
So-
weeb friends, it's
Yeah,
great.
Yeah, you can
Good
get
for presents.
mangas
Get them
for like
things.
$5.
Ooh, $5 manga.
Yeah.
Nice.
And like lanyards are $8 or something if you want merch from there. And then we
Cool.
saw anime socks. It was Brienne's birthday. We saw anime socks in the store, and I was like,
That's awesome.
they were like $18. So I
Oh,
was like, no,
that's
I'm not
less
buying that.
You can get a manga for less than you can get
Socks.
Lonely shut-in weebs can go to a store on Valentine's Day and buy anime merch
And
to
play like
satisfy
Mystic
themselves.
Messenger or
And
something.
play Mystic Messenger
When you
and
have
chat
no
with
life.
707, who is my favorite. If you play Mystic Messenger, you know who I'm talking about. Yeah, 707 is my favorite. Let's see. There's a lot of different ones. If I started talking about all the different animes and how Lucifer is like big boy and everything else, I would probably go on a rant for like an hour about
We don't have
everyone
time
else.
for that.
And we don't have time for me ranting about how Leviathan is otaku boy and all this stuff. So yeah, let's see. Any recent My Hero Academia birthdays?
Sue was yesterday.
Yeah.
Yes. Happy
So happy late,
late
birthday, Sue.
on the 12th. Not yesterday. We're wrong.
Oh my god.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, we'll see you next week.
Yeah, I guess we'll see you
See you
next
next
week if you want to
week.
hear us rant about anime
Yeah.
again. Just blab about anime for like 10
bye.
minutes. Bye.
Robert Abbott was a pioneer of the black press. He was born 5 years after the end of the Civil War. In 1905, Abbott founded a weekly newspaper called the Chicago Defender, one of the most important black newspapers in history. The paper grew into a relationship that one time was 500,000 readers a week. The success of Chicago Defender made Robert Abbott one of the nation's most prominent post-slavery black millionaires. His success paved the way for other important publications such as Jet, Essence, and The Source. That's today's Black History Month Spotlight. See you tomorrow.
Welcome to our Friday show. I'm Ava.
And I'm Colin. We're going to be talking about donut flavors. My number 5 is mango and cream crunch because I do not like mango, but I like cream.
My number 5 is a lemon donut because I don't really like lemons. So in a
Mine-
donut, it seems nasty.
My number 4 is strawberries and cream. I kind of like cream, but I love strawberries.
My number 4 is lemon meringue because I don't like lemons, and a lemon meringue donut seems nasty.
My number 3 is apple cinnamon. I like apples and I like cinnamon, but it's not a good donut.
My number 3 is a white chocolate sprinkle donut because I like chocolate and I like sprinkles.
My number 2 is cookie chocolate custard filled because I like cookies.
My number 2 is a blueberry muffin donut because I like the blueberry muffins and it seems good.
My number One is Boston cream because I like Boston and I like cream. Put it together, you get a Boston cream donut.
My number one is a Krispy Kreme glazed donut, fresh out of the donut maker, because they're so good. Thanks for watching. See you next time. I'm Ava.
Thanks for eating donuts. I'm Colin.
Bye.
Ella Baker began her involvement in the NAACP in 1940. She worked as a field secretary and then served as director of branches from 1943 until 1946. Inspired by the historic bus boycott in Montgomery, Alabama in 1955, Ella Baker co-founded the organization called In Friendship to raise money to fight against Jim Crow laws in the Deep South. In 1964, she helped create Freedom Summer, an effort to focus national attention on Mississippi's racism and to register black voters. Ms. Baker and many of her contemporaries believed that voting was one of the keys to freedom. Today, that is still the case. If we do not exercise our collective voice, we are unable to influence the policies and laws that impact our lives. That's today's Black History Month Spotlighter. See you tomorrow.
Welcome back, Hurricanes.
Back to what?
Oh, right. It's the lounge, not the normal studio. But it's also not a dance. What is it again?
A friendship handshake.
Oh, right. But as usual, I'm Chloe.
And I'm Michaela.
Let's get started. First, we have just a classic little 1-2 clap.
And then we
Grab
grab like
hands.
this.
And
We
we're gonna
twist around to
pinky,
grab the pinky.
finger, thumb.
thumb.
Repeat this 3 times.
Pinky, finger, thumb. Pinky, finger, thumb.
Grab. One person,
the other
other person, 2 hands,
double spin.
Well, that's all for today, Hurricanes. I'm Chloe.
And I'm Michaela.
Don't forget
Get
to
to
storm.
Ida B. Wells was an African-American journalist and feminist who led an anti-lynching crusade in the United States in the 1890s. She went on to found and become important in groups striving for African-American justice. Wells wrote about issues of race and politics in the South. A number of her articles were published in black newspapers. Wells eventually became an owner of the Memphis Free Speech and Headlight, later the newspaper called Free Speech. Wells also created the first African-American kindergarten in her community and fought for women's suffrage. That's today's Black History Month Spotlight. See you tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Jenna.
And I'm Riley.
Welcome to the Rise of Skywalker episode of the Jenna and Riley Talking About Stupid Stuff show. By the way, before I start, spoiler alert, Rey is a Palpatine. You could tell this from the middle of the movie because she shot lightning from her hands when having like a force battle with Kylo Ren. And the only other person who has ever shot lightning from her hands in the SCU is Emperor Palpatine.
I think this is really cool, considering that everyone thought that Rey was a Skywalker, but in the end, she technically is. Another theory I'd like to pull out is I think that Finn could be a Jedi, because when they're sinking in the sand, he said, "I have to tell you something," before he drowned, and he said, "I'll tell you later." But I think he could have said in a Jedi, "I'm a Jedi," because later he continued to say things like, "I can sense it and I feel it, that Rey's in trouble."
Also, they brought back the Death Star. There was an epic scene on Endor on the Death Star, half crashed in the middle of the ocean, between Kylo Ren and Rey.
This scene was amazing.
Also, there has been an Rey drama. We all thought they were siblings, but it was actually an emotional connection in the end. They were not related whatsoever.
Also, sadly, Princess Leia in the movie did die, but I think that they did this because in real life, Carrie Fisher, her actor, died in real life. So they did have to use clips already, so they had to eventually have her die because they couldn't continue to do that.
Yes, unfortunately, Carrie Fisher passed away, but she had a great run and was even in a movie, well, prior to her death. They brought back all the Jedi through the Force, and it was amazing. It was at the end of the movie, and this is where they officially, like, crowned Rey a Skywalker, because she was talking to this little girl, and she asked her name, and she's like, Rey, and obviously she's a Palpatine, but she's not, like, evil, so that would have scared the little girl. So she saw Luke and Leia in her head and said, Skywalker, as they approved with a nod. That's all for today. I'm Jenna.
And I'm Riley. We'll see you next time.
Next year, just visit our website, take a stand.
In the interest of the jury, that you find my clients not guilty.
Hello, my name is Lynette Gonzalez, and I teach 6th grade math, standard and advanced at South Seminole.
Are we ready to challenge ourselves?
What I like to do with them is I always try to start with putting them in the situation where I'm gonna be challenging them, because they get scared a little bit, but still they get interested.
It's fun to be in her class because she has a lot of different activities for us.
What would happen if we change the data points that we have?
You're all working together, and then she gives us like these packets to work on to get better in the FSA, and then she challenges us so we could try and do our best.
So the lesson was about helping the students realize how their data looked in a graph. So they started by creating their own statistical question.
It's fun, but sometimes it can be confusing because she gives us challenging questions, but at the end we'll still get it.
Then they needed to use that data to find the measures of center and the measures of variation.
You're gonna pick between the dot plot, histogram, or a box plot. Anyone. If you wanna do more than one, be my guest, do it, okay?
Once they were done with all of that, I wanted them to get more in depth with the measures of center. So I had them work on creating data sets that would meet specific criteria.
If you add numbers or take away numbers, the mean, median, and mode will be different and it'll change.
They were gonna complain about the challenge, like they always do, but I knew that they were gonna be persevering through it. And I love to see how, while they were working, they could still start saying, oh, this is so easy. I don't know why I was thinking this was so difficult. They were actually saying, I kept trying. That's what I like. I learned because I really, really did not stop. Some of them would also say, well, because I needed to know. And that's exactly what I think math should be about. I want them to really keep on trying, even if they do not understand something.
Good afternoon, Hurricanes. I'm Trevor.
I'm Chadera.
I'm Alexis.
I'm Emily, and we're listing the top 10 songs this week.
The first song is The Box by Roddy Ricch, and it's been on the Billboard for 9 weeks.
This song is a well-known song and is very popular with TikTok and many other platforms.
The number 2 song is Life is Good by Future, and it's featuring Drake. This song has been on the Billboards for 4 weeks. Any commentary?
I personally do not know this song, but I have heard of it before. And I'm not gonna lie, it's actually a very catchy song, and it's like a really nice beat to it.
I've never heard it. Like I just haven't heard it around it. Like I haven't heard it.
Like the third song is "Circles" by Post Malone and has been on the Billboard for 23 weeks. Oh, okay. So "Circles" is like it's one of his songs that's like not really like
I didn't like
rappy.
it.
It's more like old school, like kind of guitar-y. But like as you get to the end, it gets like
Guitar-y?
nice little beat to it. Number 4 song is "Memories" by Maroon 5 and has been on the billboards for 20 weeks.
I don't know this song either.
I actually have heard of this song, and I'm not gonna lie, I actually really like the song.
Same.
I don't listen to it in like my free time or like anytime I can listen to music.
I'm not
but
up to date.
I'm not gonna lie, I actually really like the song.
I guess I'm not up to date because I really don't know what you guys are talking about. I don't understand any of these songs. I'm not really on TikTok much either, so.
I agree with Shadera here. Like, it's a really good song. It's a really good beat. It brings back some good memories for me. So, yeah. The 5th song is "Dance Monkey" by Tunes and I and has been on the Billboard for 18 weeks. Any commentary?
Okay, so there's actually a lot to this song. This song, I actually looked further more into it, and I did realize that this song was actually created when the creator of this song had his money stolen, and
got robbed.
Yeah, basically. And fast forward, long story short, basically he didn't want to play, or she, I think, she didn't want to play, or he, oh my gosh, she didn't want to play the keyboard for her concert anymore, and some of her lyrics were actually from the crowd that was booing her, like, and I find that really interesting.
Yeah,
She got
That's
her
an
lyrics
interesting
from
way to
her
make a
haters.
song. I think that's actually like that like.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
So, like, honestly, I kind of, like, I love this song because it's a nice high energy song. But, yeah, I didn't know that backstory. The
Yeah,
number 6 song
that's
is "Someone
interesting.
You Loved" by Louis Capaldi and has been on the Billboard for 39 weeks.
I also don't know that song.
I really like that song.
Bro,
It's a nice song.
this song is a good song.
That's like an amazing song. It's kind of like a sad song.
Yeah, yeah, honestly.
At the same time, it's like a nice song. Yeah, but it's like
I really
like
don't listen to that.
it's so good. It's like, but it's been around for a long time. But like you don't really realize it.
The genre of music I listen to usually isn't on the top couple list. I don't know. It's not very popular.
The 7th song is "Roxanne" by Arizona Zavaz and has been on the Billboard for 14 weeks.
Okay,
Oh, wait.
I'm not gonna lie, this song annoys me a lot. most of
It's
the
way
time
too overused.
because it's everywhere. Like
It is
yeah,
everywhere.
it really is overused.
TikTok famous guys. Like whenever I'm in the car, I'll hear
Like
it.
just Roxanne.
My
Like,
friend
no.
Ivy is always singing that song in class. Everyone's like, "Yo, be quiet."
Like, okay, we understand that you love her, but stop.
I think it's a hymn. Honestly.
No,
I
her
don't know.
Roxanne.
No, that's singing the song.
Yeah.
Well, obviously the guy singing the song is a guy, but we're talking about Roxanne. Like he
honestly-
says her name every 3 seconds of the song.
Okay.
It's
This
not
song
creative.
is
I don't think it's creative. I would rate that song literally a 3 out of 10.
It's very aggravating.
Period. So number 8.
It's so cringy.
Okay, go ahead. Number 8 is 10,000 Hours by Dan Lachey and Justin Bieber and has been on the Billboard for 18 weeks.
Okay, so 10,000 hours. What is it? I'll sing 10,000 hours, 10,000 more. And I'm like, personally, I wouldn't do that for 10,000 hours, but I mean, I haven't listened to the full song. I listened to like the chorus, I think, but
I don't really know how I feel about this song. Like, it's like their normal like genre of song, but like it's not my type of song. Like I don't like those like songs that like.
I don't.
I just don't.
Yeah, I don't like Justin Bieber.
I mean, it's good. I just don't love the song. It's like,
Not that I don't like Justin Bieber. His songs aren't really. A lot of these songs aren't my aesthetic.
the 9th song is "Don't Start" by Dua Lipa and has been on the Billboard for 14 weeks. This song is right there. That's Dua Lipa on the center of the Billboard. Not Billboard, graphic. And there's major scandals about this.
honestly.
They think she looks like
James
Charles.
But she
I don't.
looks nothing like James
Yeah,
Charles.
no.
I don't think so.
She's way prettier than James Charles. And
James Charles is just an ugly rat.
No
Like you can obviously tell that's not James Charles.
No shade, but that is beauty. James
Hold
Charles
on.
is like.
He said that James Charles is an ugly brat.
Oh. That's not that funny. It's just that like, yeah, okay.
But it's true. But she looks
Yeah.
nothing like
She
James
doesn't
Charles.
look like James
Yeah,
Charles.
no.
No,
I don't
it's
think
like
so.
a huge controversy. He even I think he uploaded a video about it. Like he did like.
Everyone thinks that he is her.
I don't watch James Charles.
Yeah,
the only
me either.
scandal
I
I'm.
just see it on
But I do know that he can sing though, which is like that.
and he's not good at it.
He is good at it.
I mean, he can
Have
play
you heard
the,
him sing?
He can play the
There's
piano.
a conflict here because.
There's
But
obviously some bad things.
Honestly, I don't keep up. I don't watch James Charles like that.
Me either.
I
I really
kind
don't.
of.
I
his
think I've
voice-
watched like one video of him when I like didn't
Tati?
even know who he was.
Oh, the scandal about Tati was the only time I watched.
I don't think this. I think he was right in the scandal about Tati, honestly, because he was just
I
shooting
didn't
a
really
shot.
catch
Like,
up about the scandal.
he was just shooting a shot.
I didn't catch up.
They
about
were mad
the scandal
because-
of Tati because
yeah.
honestly, it was just a
It was
whole
bad.
big like thing that didn't need to be happening.
It was extra, but he definitely was just shooting a shot, and they took it like the wrong way. Like he was some type of like, yeah,
Yeah.
it was bad.
What's the 10th song? Number 10 song is "Everything I Wanted" by Billie Eilish. Now, this song has been on the billboards for 19 weeks, and this song is like. It's very low vibe, but there's so many fans of Billie Eilish. You can't even count. She's like
But the
5
thing,
Grammys.
the thing is
like-
that the song, Everything I Wanted, has
like
a
that song.
lot going on, and especially like the POVs and stuff. Like POVs on TikTok.
yeah.
Like the POVs that I see are actually really good. And
No, but the thing is though with this song, like I used to be like a Billie Eilish stan, and I like her songs. I feel like this is a pretty weak one though. Not gonna lie, like compared to her other songs, this one isn't the best. And I'm not like not to be rude, but usually her Billboard songs aren't the best. Like if you actually like look at them compared to her other songs.
Yeah, but like Billie Eilish is this person who, like there's two sides of it. There's like not really a middle. It's like either you hate her or you love her. There's one side that's like she just whispers when you sing, and there's the other side that's like, oh my gosh, she's the best singer that's ever happened to this world. Like,
I actually really like that song. It's a cool song.
it's
I
a
mean,
good song, but it's not her best, like Emily said.
especially with like Grammys and how you guys are saying that Billie Eilish won Grammys, 5 Grammys. I honestly think that
she didn't deserve it.
It could have been given to somebody else. For example, like I saw a lot of people say that like some of them should at least been given to like Ariana Grande. Or people like that.
Yeah.
Because 5
The
Grammys,
OGs.
I mean, it's a lot. I'm happy for her, but I feel like it should be given to someone.
Yeah, like I think Ariana Grande should have totally got that won that Grammy, and even Billie Eilish said in the actual Grammy show that Ariana Grande deserved the Grammy, and I think we all agreed that Ariana Grande deserved that Grammy. I don't know if Ariana Grande got any Grammys, but she
I don't
did,
think
'cause
so.
she's-
Not this year.
She's
Last year.
spectacular.
She did though last year. Not this year. I don't think so.
Okay. Well, thank you guys
Correct
for
me if I'm
watching Top 10 Songs.
We hope to see you next Friday. and
I probably won't be here.
Bye.
Bye.
Sup, teachers and students and staff. My name is Noah, and today I'm going to be talking about Harry Potter. If you don't know what Harry Potter is, then I don't know what to tell you. I'm going to be specifically talking about the movies, even though the books clearly are superior and trump the trash that is the movies. Let's get into the first one. The first movie, titled The Sorcerer's Stone, or The Philosopher's Stone, depends on what day you feel it, was an alright movie. It had pretty bad CGI effects, but, I mean, it came out in 2001, so you can't really crap on it. I really wish that they had more representation of the other houses, Hufflepuff and Ravenclaw. Represent. We were kind of pushed to the side as the whole rivalry between Slytherin and Gryffindor played out. The storyline was a little slow and kind of disappointing for the amount of material JK gave to the writers. But oh well, you'll see that as sort of a running thing. There's a whole lot of material, but not a lot in the movies. The second movie, The Chamber of Secrets, was my least favorite, and so was a lot of people. Still with the bad CGI effects and an even slower storyline, HP2 was mostly forgettable. This movie came out exactly 1 year after the first movie played, Don't rush your production, folks. The third one was a lot of people's favorites, mostly because it introduced Sirius Black, also known as a prisoner of Azkaban. It came out in 2004, and they took their time with this one, and was all around a good movie. Even though it was darker than the previous two, it only gets worse. At least no one at this point died. Yet. Okay, at this point, HP, these were the brightest movies. Well, next, the fourth movie, The Goblet of Fire. I love the book. So far, it was the longest in the series and really well written. Oh, right, I'm talking about the movies. They were okay, but they could be better. The first death in the series happened. Ooh, it happened to be one of the good guys. Rest in peace, Cedric. You will be missed. Now we have to speed along to the fifth movie, where the main character's very important father figure dies a horrible death right in front of him at the hands of his evil cousin. Yes, we're talking about Sirius Black, the one I just mentioned. Rest in peace as well. People who never watched this movie will probably be very confused. The sixth movie, another important father figure died at the hands of one of his teachers. I'm starting to see a pattern here. Well, the seventh movie was camping. It was literally just camping. That's all they did. In the eighth movie, all peace was restored, and a lot of people ended up dead. This is kind of like a classic movie trope. It was kind of disappointing for all it was leading up to. I mean, there were 8 movies in the series, and that's all it was left with. Okay, you do you. The Dark Lord died, and so did a lot of important side characters. At least the Golden Trio, the ones that were in every single movie, came out on top, because you can never kill off the main characters. I hope you learned that the books were clearly better than movies in every way. Alright, I'll stop now. Thank you for watching, and no matter what, don't listen to whatever J.K. Rowling says. Bye-bye.
Hello, South Seminole Academy. Happy Valentine's Day. My name is Olivia, and I am talking about my top 10 favorite dinners. Number 5, burgers. Most likely cheeseburgers. I just love them with fries and them grilled. Perfect. Number 4, breakfast. For dinner is great. Says probably every kid in the world. 3, pot roast. Oh my god, OMG, this is so perfect in the crock pot. Porfamendo. Deliciosa. 2, pork chops. For burgers, same, love them grilled. Number 1, tacos. I'm a Mexican foodie. I love Mexican food. So once I tried tacos, I immediately fell in love with tacos. Now, since it's Valentine's Day, I want to talk about Valentine's Day. As y'all know, Valentine's Day is a special day in the year to where you can give gifts to your loved ones to show your love for them. And me and my boyfriend have been dating for the whole year. For about all this year, all 2019 through 2020. He was my first boyfriend, and I realized I never really loved anybody but him. I never really had any crushes. He was my first actual loved one. I wasn't comfortable with him at first because he was a 7th grader and I'm a 6th grader. It's just different because it's just weird. And then when towards the end of the year, I got more comfortable with him. I literally really like our relationship. I got great gifts from him today. I gave him great gifts. And Cyrus, if you're hearing this, I love you, and I always will. All right, that's all for today. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm Olivia, and see you next Friday.